Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, damsels and dingbats, to another episode of Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction. The last episode, we finished off the Bloodraven quest, and we picked up ourselves the search for Cain. So, let's go ahead and check our inventory here and make sure we're all cleaned up. Okay. I have changed out some of my gear between videos from some of the stuff that I picked up. So, let's go ahead and move out, shall we? Now, normally I don't like doing too much, here, let me check my volume real quick. It's already down pretty far. Alright, normally when I'm playing this game I don't like to talk too much because I tend to get sucked into what I'm doing. However, I went back and I watched the last couple videos, and they weren't exactly thrilling. So I'm gonna try to focus a little more on commentary while I'm playing. Can't make a whole lot of promises it's gonna be overly interesting. I am very much a reactionary individual when it comes to speaking in videos, and Diablo really can be just lots of grinding. So, as I come across things that remind me of something to talk about, I will definitely do so. However, I find that if I don't already have something in mind to talk about, I tend to say a lot as I stop to think. That thinking process comes out verbally as, that's the sound my brain makes when it's thinking. It's just this perpetual, constant, if I'm not paying attention, that comes out the mouth. It becomes audible. So I apologize for that. That and my persistent cursing. Hey, I'm going to be 40 years old here in a couple of years. I think I've earned the right to speak freely. But at any rate, Diablo 2, for those of you that don't know, the game has several acts in which the story is told. Each act is in a different place, a different location in the world. Each location has several quests. Let me look here. See, we have 6 quests in Act 1. Once we've finished all of these, it'll open up Act 2 and we can travel to, I believe Act 2 is Galen, the desert. We'll get more quests that we can do to advance the story. Those are persistent. Those will always be the same. Everything else in this game is going to be different. The maps, the way the maps are laid out, the creatures that you run into, this Cold Plains, for example, is always going to have these dark hunters. It's always going to have the little goblin-y dudes. I don't remember the names of all of them off the top of my head, but pretty much everything you've seen me encounter in this zone, if you will, you're still going to encounter that type of stuff. However, you're going to encounter them in different places. You're going to encounter different numbers of them. Every once in a while, you may encounter a named creature, which is a lot more powerful than its generic brethren. That's the name of the creatures. Those named creatures, their abilities, those are always going to be different. It's always randomly generated. The items that these guys are dropping, who's dropping them, again, all completely random. This chest will probably never be here on any other map again. It may be a couple feet over there. It may be on the other side of the map. It may not be here at all. Completely random. The items that are dropped are random. Now, for example, this leather armor could have just been regular leather armor, but this time it's socketed leather armor. In another game where I'm playing a different class, I may not have any leather armor. Maybe it wouldn't drop at all. Maybe it dropped an epic item of kick everything in half. Completely random. The replayability of this game in that alone is amazing. See, brain thinking. The item generator is so random. I don't believe I have anything yet. Okay, Glyph Smasher Club. The word glyph can appear on any number of items, and glyph gives certain abilities. Sturdy gives a bonus to defense. What else do I got? Strength. So there's how do I describe this? There's the item name itself. Then preceding the name of the item is a type. And then after the name is a quality or something, just think of it that way. So with the number of types and the different numbers of items and the different numbers of qualities, all of those combined together give you virtually just an outlandishly large number of possibilities for drops. Just for drops. Then you have gems, which you can add into socketed gear. There are different kinds of gems that do different things. Those gems can be upgraded to more powerful versions of themselves. There are runes, which, like gems, can be inserted into socketed items. And each gem or each rune has its own ability. You have an item with multiple sockets in it. You can put multiple gems in there, and if you put them in the right sequence, you can make rune words, which are even more powerful. I've discovered that as I'm talking, I'm just randomly reacting and killing things. I'm not actually getting anywhere, so... yeah, rune words. Items have different quality levels. Gray usually means that it's got sockets in it that you can put gems or runes into. See, this guy's a named Doom Eater. That's a named zombie. He's more powerful and he's got better loot drops than a regular zombie. So those can randomly appear wherever. Items have different, like I'm saying, have different quality levels.
I can't carry anymore.
And I need to go back to town and empty my... What? What is your favorite color? Let me go back to town and... Items have different quality levels, as I've been trying to say for the last 5 minutes. Gray means it's usually got sockets in it, such as this. Then you have white items, which are, I don't usually pick those up, but those are like standard, normal, like here, this SAT, white, normal quality item. Then you get into greens, or actually I think in this game it's blues. Yeah, blues are magical items. Okay, you find those really frequently, the blue items. Then greens are set items. So if you find, like, I don't know what the names of the sets are.
The Order welcomes you.
But say, for example, it's the Vanquisher set. And the Vanquisher set has a weapon, a shield, a helm, and a chest piece. Okay, armor. If you find, it's going to say, Vanquisher Club of, Vanquisher Helm of, Vanquisher Shield of, Vanquisher Armor of, and then it'll have a sub-name or whatever at the end of it, which indicates what its abilities are. Each of these green items in the set are going to be rather powerful. But when you add them together, when you collect the set, they get even more powerful. They stack on each other. They are greater than the sum of their parts, one would say. So those are good. Then you have epic items, which I believe are purple, or maybe I'm getting that mixed up with WoW. I know we have, these are like super rare. I want to say they're artifacts. And then there's another type which is like a golden brown color in the title, kind of like this color on my helmet or my headgear. Those are like legendary pieces you can find. So once again, you combine all of this stuff together and the replayability alone, all of the maps are randomly generated. When you go into a dungeon, the dungeon might be in the same zone. Like the Den of Evil. When we went into the Den of Evil in our first quest, it was in the same, starter zone there, and it always will be. But every time you go in, it's going to have a different layout. It's going to randomly generate what the inside of the dungeon looks like. It's going to randomly generate what you're going to encounter. What those things you encounter are going to drop. Everything changes every time you do it. When you fight a boss and you kill a boss, you can save and exit the game, reload the game, and go kill the boss again. A lot of people, even I, use that farming method to get better gear. That's part of the game. Let me look at this real quick. 1 to 11, 3 to 8. It's got a lot higher minimum damage. Amplify damage, enhanced damage, maximum damage, attack rating. Instant dead. Very fast. Attack speed, damage. Lightning resist. Ethereal. I don't like that ethereal. Let's throw this in here until my crap breaks. Until I find something. I don't think my NPC is level 6 yet. What is it, O? No, she's level 3. I don't got crap on her yet, but that's okay. She doesn't need anything yet. So, alright. Actually, lie. This bow sitting in here doing absolutely nothing.
I'll put that to good use.
Better. Alright, so yeah, items. Maps. Creatures. Treasure drops. Farming. Rooms. That's just inventories when you talk to people. For example, when you come over here, every time we come in here, speak to Akara, go trade, you're going to have different stuff that you can purchase. And the same thing goes for the other vendors in towns. It's freaking nuts. So, yeah. The builds, character builds. I don't have one. Die. If you go on Google, if you were to play this, or already if you have played this, say for example you've never played this before and you decided you wanted to play a paladin, so you go Google paladin builds to determine what the most powerful paladin is by the end of the game. You're thinking, where do I want to spend my stat points? Where do I want to spend my ability points? Your number of options there are almost limitless as well. For example, let me go in here just real quick. As a druid, I have 3 options. I have elemental, shape-shifting, and summoning. So those are 3 trees themselves, but you don't have to spend all your points in one tree. You can spend a couple points in each one of them, 2 of them, and that means your character is going to be a little different each time as well. You're going to find different gear that's going to give you... earlier I had a helmet that gave me a rank in Raven from summoning, and I don't have any points in it, but by wearing the helmet, it gave me a point and it gave me access to it. So that's something that I do not have with this character now because I got rid of that helmet. So your equipment is going to affect what your abilities are and what you have access to. So the number of options, you can, like I said, you can go online and look it up, and they'll be like, yeah, spend all your points here and do it this way and try to get this gear and you'll be badass. You could spend literally years going across the internet and looking up builds and trying to find something that fits you best. What I did is I just went with the flow. I discovered, I like the idea of changing into other creatures. So I went lycanthropy. I liked the werewolf for a while, but eventually I discovered werebear, and I love how werebear's, it's got a lot more hit points, and it doesn't hit as often, and it's a lot slower, but when it does hit, it wrecks things. And I love that, and it just felt right. So, you know, I put in my skills, well, you gotta show up when I'm talking. In my skills, go shapeshifting, I put a lot of my points into lycanthropy, because it increases your max life while shapeshifted, and it increases how long you can be shapeshifted, and werebear, because it increases your damage done and your defense. And I put a lot of points in between the two, but I mean, we got all kinds of stuff down here that I usually don't look at, like Fury, for example. When you get to level 30, when in werewolf form, attack either multiple adjacent targets or one target multiple times. I mean, that's pretty freaking badass. So if I decided to stick with werewolf and just drop all my points in werewolf and come down the line here, now I got a werewolf druid. Right now I'm gonna play a werebear druid, because that's my favorite, as I keep saying. I've been putting a lot of points into strength, but I've discovered that I'm not hitting quite as often as I'd like, so I'm gonna drop a few more attacks. Alright, I've been doing a lot of talking, not enough gaming. This is going to end up being a really long video, so forgive me if I kind of focus on what I'm doing here for a minute. If something comes up that I feel needs to be discussed, run away. Yeah, you got hit. When you hear the chest make that noise, that means it's trapped and you need to get away from it. But like I said, just like that right there, if something comes up and I decide it needs to be something vocalized, I'll go ahead and vocalize it. But I don't do so good walking and talking and chewing bubble gum and all that crap. I gotta get a quest done before the end of this video, so let me focus on what I'm doing here real quick, and maybe I'll play a little music. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see when we go to edit. See, that's what I mean. I got werebear and totally forgot to equip it and use it. Now this dungeon randomly generated, like I said, so the next time we play and we come in here, it'll be completely different. You do not have, unlike the Den of Evil, you do not have to kill everything in here if you don't want to. What we're looking for is the exit to the next zone, so that we can find a item. Oops, wrong button. I hate the Windows buttons, like right there. Anyway, the quest we're doing involves us going to save Deckard Cain. Deckard Cain is in a place called Tristram. Now, this is a shout out, if you will, to the original Diablo game, which was hard as hell, but it was definitely an awesome game, okay? And in that game, Tristram was the town that you based yourself out of. That's where all your merchants were to sell your stuff, whatnot. In Diablo 1, you went from Tristram up the road a ways to the temple, and the temple was the dungeon. You went into the dungeon and made your way down through the levels, and eventually you encountered and fought Diablo himself. So that was the story. And this first movie, we talk about the great hero who starts acting weird and then wanders off. Okay, that's supposedly your character that you played in Diablo 1, if you've played it. Okay? The temple that we're going to go to at the end of this act is actually the same temple that we were in Diablo 1. Now, I won't give away any more spoilers for those of you that haven't played this, and for some weird reason have an actual interest in watching me play it. But what I will say is that these shamans need to die. These little guys here, these fallen, will keep coming back. See, that one just resurrected. As long as there's a shaman around somewhere, you can beat on him all day, and that shaman will keep resurrecting him. You don't want that. Because the shaman, the little fallens, they don't really hurt you too much. But if you get enough of them beating on you long enough, they will kill you. Okay, so we got that all cleared out. So yeah, Diablo 2, Tristram is now a burnt down town, and we need to find an item, a scroll, which we can use to open a portal to actually get to that ruined town of Tristram. And that's where we're going to find Deckard Cain. So that's what we're trying to do now, is we're trying to find our way through this passage into the zone that's got the scroll we need. So we're about halfway through the quest, but like I said, I'm talking, I'm not paying attention. I'm reacting to the creatures instead of, you know, if I were playing this normally, I'd be doing what I'm doing right now, ignoring half of it and just going. Yes, it's all experience, but it's also slowing us down video-wise, and I don't want to... I put a lot of music into my Stranded Deep videos just because it's like a filler, and I don't want to have to do that. I don't want that to become my thing, you know? Ouch, 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 ouch. Healing potions. There's something that came up from the nature. Healing potions do not fill your hit points immediately. They will take effect immediately, but they replace your lost hit points slowly over time. So if you find yourself in a situation where your hit points are low, don't count on that healing potion you just drank to save your butt. Run away. Running away is always an option. It's usually the favored option. So if you know you're in a fight that's going to last for a minute or two, and you're pretty sure your hit points are going to be dropping, take a healing potion before your hit points get down too far, because that'll help keep it in the safety range, if you will. Where's the exit to this damn place? Usually I'm fairly good about just going and ended up where I need to be, but apparently while I'm focused on talking, I wander around aimlessly. And that's not helping us. Come on, guys, get out of my way. No, don't kill me. I said get out of my way. There's got to be an exit around here somewhere. Thankfully, those shamans do not resurrect anything but the devil can. Oh, my Anor here needs... I got myself a new NPC henchman, too. My last one, just all she did was die. I don't know why, but if you want to heal your henchman, open your inventory, click and drag a healing potion and drop it on.
Thank you.
Just like that. I played this game for a long time before I even knew you could do that. Could have probably saved myself a lot of money in resurrecting costs, had I known. Alright, my weapon is almost broken. You can see that little sword over there is indicating that I need to get some repairs here pretty soon. So I am wielding an ethereal item, which means it cannot be repaired. So I'm lucky. I'm happy that I stuck that axe in my chest back at camp, because I feel like I'm going to be needing it pretty soon. Now I'm going to start running past a lot of, well, unless I corner myself like this. I'm going to start running past a lot of these guys, because we're not in here for experience. We're not in here for loot. If I would be killing everything in here. I am in here trying to find the exit to the next zone, as I've said, which is right there. Okay. Oh, that's level 2. I could go down there. Level 2 usually has a chest with good gear in it. But I'm trying to speed this up for the point of the video, and going down in there would just slow us down more, so. Run as fast as you can. Gotta end the video, man. And I'm out of stamina. Good time for a stamina shrine to show up. Or the exit. I'm gonna have to fight things. Trains. Not choo-choo trains. Aggro trains. Anytime you draw the attention of a creature, it's going to attack you. If you run past it and ignore it, it's going to chase you. If you run past something else that could aggro on you, there's the exit, but for some reason you manage to not draw the aggro, there is a good chance that the creature running behind you, chasing you, will. And if you, and then they could aggro something else, and then they could aggro something else, and the next thing you know, where you aggroed one guy, you now have like 500 of them behind you. That's called an aggro train. So you want to be careful not to let those build up too big, because when they catch up with you, they will stop chasing you after a little while. But aggro trains in dungeons hurt, because you running and running and running. Out here in the open, we can go forever, run big freaking circles if we want to. But in a dungeon, you run and run and run, and oh crap, now I'm in a room with no other exits, and I got 50 guys following me in that door. Well, you might have wanted to stop at some point in that process and deal with them before they got that big. So, just saying. New skill. Weather bear. Alright, I'm looking for a big-ass group of trees. Also looking for a portal stone. I don't know if the Darkwood has a portal stone. We will find out. There's the portal stone. Alright, well, now we need to find a group of trees guarded by some big brawly dudes. Because inside that tree is the Scroll of Infuse, I believe it's called. No, I'm doing it. Hey, see? Miniature train. If I were to keep going and run into another group, yeah, that'd be a pain in the butt. So I'm going to stop and clean them up and move on. Here's my tree. Should probably be picking these healing potions up too. But I'm not going to turn around and go back to that. Just die, please. Alright, so we got a road going somewhere. Where's this road going? Black Marsh. Do not want to go to Black Marsh yet. That'll be for later. But that's good to know that's there. Oh crap, we got ourselves. We had ourselves a few things to kill here. I wasn't too worried about the loot because it'll still be there when I come back, unless I save and exit the game and everything resets. So sometimes you just have to kill. So now I'm going to come back and pick up what I'm interested in keeping, and then we move on. Shut up. Hey, have you seen a big tree around here? Yeah, Rocka probably will eat me, but that's not what I asked you. There's the tree, and there's the big one. One of these is going to be a name. See, he's a little lighter color. Ow! And he hits the tree. This is where you really gotta go. Sometimes you just gotta run and let your hit points come back a little bit. Let your NPC do her job. And round you go, he's faster than me. And get it. And that's the way you do it. And scroll. Click the tree.
This dead tree teems with energy.
Healing. Alright, so now we've got what we need. My sword, or my weapon's completely broken. You can see by the red. I'm gonna go back to the encampment, because that's what the quest wants us to do. I need to take the Scroll of Infuse over here to the witch to see if she can translate it.
Hello. Ah, very good. I have translated the runes on this scroll. You must find the cairnstones and touch them in the order that I have written.
I'm gonna go in and clean bags a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Okay, so we're gonna 6. Get rid of that because it's broken and I can't repair it. I got another one in up on the way out. 3 fire resistance. Yeah, I can take that. Why did I do that? Helm. 9 defense plus 3 to energy. 6 defense. Better than what we're wearing, even though I'm not worried about energy. I'm not a caster, really. And these rings, I don't have any rings, so I will gladly put that on. Damn it, quit buying them. You don't need them. 32 attack rating, that's good. That'll help me. No, I almost did it again. That'll help me to actually hit things. Replenish life plus 2, that's not bad. 10% faster cast rate. I am not a caster, get rid of that. And a little dagger, which if I was a rogue, that would be awesome, but I am not, so fill up, put that in there. Let us go. Okay, key to the car. Looking to trade. I think I'm supposed to read it. Now, this is the order when we find these stones in the stony plain or stony fields. That's the order you're supposed to hit them. But there's no repercussion if you hit them in the wrong order. And I don't like to sit here while I'm being beat on by creatures staring at this, trying to figure out. So I just go click them all at random until they're all lit up. That's a perfectly, you know, acceptable way to do it. So I'm gonna put this on. That's for level 6. Are you level 6 yet? Nor. We're level 5. You're almost ready for this, bud. Alright, so now, instead of going back through there, because then we'd have to go through the underground passage again, I'm going to come over here to our stone, put a stony field. Now we got to run around here until we find those stone pillars she was talking about. Let yourself alone. I'm not here to kill you. So you all look like taste. Okay, here's the stones. Now there's gonna be a boss here we need to get. I don't know why, but I always have bad luck with this boss. I always end up dying here. So we're gonna really try not to do that. Do some. I gotta find the shaman who's resurrecting him and take him out. Where is he? Okay, there's the boss. Let's kill him. Ow. Kill the boss. Ow. Oh, he's got that electrical crap. That always works. Alright, so we killed him. Now we gotta get rid of all these little guys because apparently they didn't have a shaman. It was the boss. Oh, they got a shaman. Where is he? Alright, we're just gonna pick up this stuff. I can handle getting beat on in where we're back up with these guys for a minute or two. Okay, so now we're just gonna go randomly click on these stones until they're all lit up. Get out of my way! And there we go. Portal, welcome to Tristram.
Yes, ruins.
Now, what you want to do here is you can do it any way you want, really. There's no wrong way to do this, but you need to be aware that down here there's a named, I guess you could call him a boss. If you let these guys all gang up on you too much and he shows up, it can be painful. You kind of want to try to clear the area a little bit. Doesn't help that there's a named skeleton in this fight. See, he's right there. Ow, ow, ow. Come on. No. See that green guy? The green skeleton was named. So not only do we have to worry about the little tiny boss, but we got this green guy we gotta kill. It would be preferable not to fight them both at the same time. And this is just an example of how running away is perfectly acceptable. Griswold, if I remember my Diablo properly, Griswold was Tristram's blacksmith. Come on, Griswold, you need to die. Yeah, that's right. I know what to say. Alright, so thing of real value here. Rejuvenation potion, we'll keep that. Later on, we'll get a Herodric cube, which will allow us to combine our gems into better quality gems. It'll allow us to combine all of these. That Chipped Emerald, Chipped. If you combine 3 chipped emeralds, you get like a flawed emerald or something like that, which is more powerful than the chipped emeralds. The rejuvenation potions can also be upgraded to more powerful rejuvenation potions. So I like to keep those and throw them in there. Now, up here, come all the way up to this bottom corner. Clean it out. There he is. So you come up here, it's body, Wirt's body. Wirt used to be an NPC that lived outside of town in the original Diablo, who would sell you, sometimes he'd have unidentified magical gear that you could buy from him, and then identify there was a chance you'd get some really good stuff. He would hide it in his hollow leg. So here, you see, you open it up, this is all the gold he had in his leg. We picked that all up, because that's what this game's about, being filthy, filthy rich and spending it on crazy, crazy crap. You'll note I also picked up Wirt's leg. This is a socketed item. It can be used as a weapon, but what we're going to do is we're going to stick it in our chest back at camp and leave it there, because you're going to collect 3 items across the course of the game. I don't remember what the other ones are off the top of my head. But you put them in the Herodric cube and you morph them together, and it will give you the ability to access the secret cow level. Now, you've noticed, those of you that have played Diablo 3, who may not have any experience with Diablo 2, they keep saying there is no cow level. This is what they're referring to. The cow level is quite literally, ow, 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 the level of cows. Have to use this rejuve. So, yeah, it's a level of cows that you can go through and kill. Just because it's funny. If you don't kill the Cow King, you can continually save and exit game and just keep going back and farming the place. Just like I said earlier, if you kill a boss, you can save and exit and come back and kill him again later, get more loot, save and exit, kill him again later. On and on. The only thing that you can't kill, save and exit, come back and have respawn is the Cow King. And once you kill the Cow King, you cannot go back to the cow level, secret cow level. So, we will eventually get to the point where we will go take a look at that, and that's going to be much further down the road. As I said, you have to acquire certain things, and we don't have access to any of that right now. So, for now, here's Deckard. I'm going to get this gold. Save Deckard.
Deckard Cain, leave
gold.
this place.
And then we are going to go back to town. Before I finish the quest, we'll place our skill point. We will...
Good evening.
More dex. Next time I'll do some more strength. And we're going to talk to Deckard.
As a token of my gratitude, I will identify items for you at no charge. Regrettably, I could do nothing to prevent the disaster which devastated Tristram. It would appear that our greatest fears have come to pass. Diablo, the Lord of Terror, has once again been set loose upon the world. As you know, Some time ago, Diablo was slain beneath Tristram, and when our hero emerged triumphant from the labyrinth beneath town, we held a grand celebration that lasted several days. Yet, as the weeks passed, our hero became increasingly aloof. He kept his distance from the rest of the townsfolk and seemed to lapse into a dark, brooding depression. I thought that perhaps his ordeal had been so disturbing that he simply could not put it out of his mind. The hero seemed more tormented every passing day. I remember he awoke many times, screaming in the night, always something about the East. One day he simply left, and shortly thereafter Tristram was attacked by legions of foul demons. Many were slain, and the demons left me to die in that cursed cage. I believe now that Tristram's hero was that dark wanderer who passed this way before the monastery fell. I fear even worse, my friend. I fear that Diablo has taken possession of the hero who sought to slay him. If true, Diablo will become more powerful than ever before. You must stop him, or all will be lost.
Okay, sorry about the spoilers earlier. For some reason, my brain was telling me we'd gone over that information already, but now you see what I was talking about. So, let's go ahead and identify all our items. That's handy. One click and it's done. We can get rid of that stupid identify book now. We'll come sell off our stuff here.
You have risked your life to rescue Cain. For that we thank you. We must seek his counsel immediately.
Already did it, but I know I gotta go back.
The Order welcomes you.
Go ahead and clear out my inventory here real quick. Stuff I'm not gonna use. +1 dex, not interested. 5 to 9. Yeah. Short staff of thorn, not a sorcerer. Rid of this. Alright. We'll refill our healing potions. Which you can do that by holding shift and right-clicking the potion, by the way. Okay, so let's run up here, drop some stuff off. There's actually 2 quests we can pick up while we're in town. My gal should be level 6 by now. Drop this stuff off. Drop off my money. So that if I die, I don't lose it. Oh. Level 6, you sure are. Guess what?
I'll put that to good use.
You're welcome. Alright, so first of all, we're going to go talk to Charcy. He'll have a quest
Good
for us.
to see you. When I fled the monastery, I left behind the Herodric Malice, my enchanted smithing hammer. If you can retrieve it for me, I'll use its magic to strengthen your equipment.
Alright, let's do a trade and repair, get rid of this bow, repair our gear. And now we'll go talk to Deckard Cain and pick up the next main storyline. Where did he go? There he is.
Stay a while and listen.
Okay, quest log. Alright, this quest here we actually need to pick up while we're out running around. So we will go, next episode we'll go out and we'll take a look and see if we can't find this. And then we have the quest for Charcy's Herodric Malice. So, until next time, thank you for watching. This has been another episode of Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. Your host DM Renavion saying, stay safe, have fun, I'm out.